Hey everyone, I'm Waggle Warrior, aka Julie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, WAGO stands for When You Get Old. Alright, today I'm super excited because I'm going to be doing a try-on of all of the makeup products I received in beauty subscription boxes in the month of May 2024. Now, I didn't get a 100% full face of makeup, so what I'm going to do is use products, if and when I can, from the brands that were in my boxes. All right, enough rambling and let's get started. So I picked up as an add-on from One Size the Turn Up the Base BBB cream. Despite the name, this is not a BB cream. It's an actual foundation. I have it in the shade Too Fair. So let's cross our fingers that the shade will actually work well for me. Oh, how interesting. The screw top is offset. I've just never seen that before. It's off to the side instead of in the middle. I wonder why they did that. It opens kind of the same, but it was wobbling a little bit. And I was like, why can't I open this? All right, it did come safety sealed. Let's squirt some out and see what the visco... Oh, okay. First squirt is pure oil. Wait, is this an oil-based foundation? It smells like alcohol. Hold on, let me put the cap on and get to shaking. All right, so I took a look at the ingredients. It seems to be silicone based because the first 3-4 ingredients are silicones, but then towards the bottom it mentions mango seed butter and avocado oil. So I don't know. But yeah, hopefully I mixed it up well enough. And I just discovered, so this is really cool. So you twist it off in order to remove the safety seal. But guess what? This is fascinating to me. You press and then you can squeeze out. That is super, super cool. All right, so it is quite thick, which means you should be using a damp sponge and not a brush. Well, you can use a brush, but usually the thicker a foundation is, the better it will spread out if you use a damp sponge. This has a very, very strong scent of what I earlier called alcohol. I think it's just like chemical scent. Hey, I own it. It's already on my face. Where's my sponge? All right, let's take a look at the color match. I think that's actually pretty good. It looks a little light, but most foundations do. But after you get contour bronzer on, blush, everything tends to work itself out. All right, the question is this going to be super drying? Because I believe Patrick has oily skin. Don't quote me on that, but I have a feeling this foundation is meant for people who don't necessarily have mature dry skin. But all right, I feel like I need to add another pump. What's going on? You gotta shake it up every time. Let's try it again. All right, got another pump. Closing it is a little messy, but you know, it's okay. Oh, I should also probably put my hair up and zoom in. Un momento. All right, here I am, zoomed on in. Let's see if a second pump will add a little extra coverage. Okay. So first impression is going with the second pump. It also could be my sponge is pretty damp, but not too shabby. Fair 2 worked out for me. So for concealer, I will be using the Turn Up the Base from One Size. I already own this, but I haven't used it in a really long time, which to me says I didn't like it. All right, so this is in Fair 3, which is a neutral rosy undertone. Let's revisit something from my stash and maybe I'll discover a gem. Doubt it, but you never know. Can you even see it? It looks like a good shade match. I was worried when they said rosy that it'd be too pink, but it doesn't seem to be. Alright, the question is this going to be super drying, and did I just put on way too much? So I'm going to grab a brush and pounce that in. Let me know, have you tried many products from One Size? Considering his brand was started because he's a beauty influencer, it's doing quite well. I say that because of, meaning there have been numerous beauty influencers who've come up with their own brands that, let's face it, haven't done that well. But he's carried in Sephora. His products get rave reviews. Not all of them, but he's got some really good ones. I want to say his setting spray and one of his powders have gotten like really good reviews. So let's just see how well the complexion products do. So I don't have a contour bronzer from One Size or that I received in either my Allure beauty box or the Ipsy Icon this month. So I'm just going to use this bronzer, which I received in my Allure box last month. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer. Let's see if I can apply this properly without going too ham. But have we met? If you're new, hey, feel free to click that subscribe button and the like button while you're here, and I would love if you would leave me a comment. Sometimes I can go a little ham. It's mainly these lights are so bright, and when you're talking and applying makeup at the same time, you go a little faster than you would if you just were applying makeup, and the struggle when you're filming is evident by, like, yeah, what my makeup looks end up looking like sometimes. Alright, I think I did okay. But in editing, that's when I really notice how bad I applied something. Alright, I am super excited to try the next product, which I did get in my Ipsy Icon box. And that is also from One Size. This is the Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio, and I got it in the shade Attention Seeker. This here is what the packaging looks like. Just press open, and would you take a look at this color story. So here is a cream blush, which is protected by this little plastic door, and then the top two pans are powders. This is matte, and this one is kind of a shimmer or has a sheen, so we'll use that as a blush topper. That there is what I would call a Barbie doll pink or bubblegum pink. Whoa, that is very bubblegum Barbie doll pink, which just means we're gonna have more fun. All right, what do I want to use to push that in? A damp sponge, or is that gonna pull it away? Let's see if I can find the appropriate brush. I feel like when it comes to creams, a more dense brush is probably best. That's what I'm going with here. Let's see how that works out. That is really pretty. It's kind of scary when you first plop it on and you're like, oh my god, it's bubblegum. But once you blend it out, it's very nice. Like it almost is blending away. So we started there with the cream. Now I'm going to go in with a different brush. This one's a little fluffier, into this shade here, which I don't own it, but from what I've seen online is giving kind of, is it Dior? That really expensive, tiny, cheap plastic, but costs like $52 bougie blush. You know the one I'm talking about. Yeah, is it a similar color? It seems like it is, but I have a feeling I got way too much of that on my brush. Yeah, she's quite colorful. So let me grab a third brush that's relatively clean. I haven't used it today, to just blend. All right, On camera, you're probably not seeing what I'm seeing in real life, which is a little brighter, but not too bad. All right, I'm just gonna take whatever was still left, add even more, because if I don't go ham in a video, am I really filming? I don't think so. All right, I've also noticed that just in general, when I apply blush, you know, towards the end of the video, it's something about blush, it just kind of mellows out, but that's what I'm going with right now. All right, let's try that third shade and use it kind of as a blush topper slash highlighter. All right, let's see how this works out. Don't know how pigmented or bright or shimmery, but that's why I do these try-ons, so that you can figure out if you need to pick it up, or if you got it in your box and it scared you, the color range, I'll let you know what it looks like. Alright, so that is full on what I would call a highlighter. And since it's over the blush area, we're calling it a blush topper, but no. That is catching the light, and I did go a little too ham on that. So I'm going to grab my sponge, the one I used to put the foundation on. We're just going to tap, see if we can't mellow that out a little bit. Go very light-handed when using that, but it's really, really pretty, and I think would look spectacular in an eye look. Alright, speaking of eye looks, I did not get an eyeshadow palette in any of my boxes this month, but I did get a liquid shadow from One Size. This is the Eye Popper Sparkle Vision, and I got it in the shade Everything and More. And that is what the packaging looks like. It is very shimmery. I did a swatch in my unboxing video. Let me swatch it again. Alright, it is right. Can you see it? Right there. Alright, so before I go in with this just all over my eye, I actually happen to own an eyeshadow palette from One Size. So let me put a base on and do a little bit of an eye look using this palette, which I haven't used in forever. I want to say I got this like 2 years ago, possibly in a BoxyCharm. I can't remember, but it is beautiful, and I should pull this out more often because this color story is right up my alley. Looking pretty basic, but that was my whole intention, because I want to test this creamy, liquid, shimmery eyeshadow and see how this does. Alright, before I put it on, yep, okay, got a brush ready to go. Let's just apply it and see, will I need the brush, or does the doe foot do all the work? Well, 70% of the work. It's very glittery, shimmery, not like a highlighter shimmery, if that makes sense. Like, definite more sparkle, and when you drag it across, it's not 100% kind of even. Depending on the pressure, you can get some kind of blank spots. I'm wondering if the finger is a better way to get it evenly distributed, or is that gonna pull it? Yeah, that kind of pulls it off. Alright, just know, really with a glitter, it's about the sparkle and not 100% perfection of everything being in the same spot, if that makes any sense. It's very pretty though. If you like a good sparkle, curious though if it's gonna get all over my eyelashes, and if like tomorrow I'm still gonna find glitter. Probably. Glitter and me just don't have the best relationship. Alright, so it does dry down, so I went back to tap in, and over here is already dry. So let's see if we can't build it up once it's dry. Alright. It does seem to be getting on my brow bone because I'm blinking, you know, so Alright, let me close my eyes and zoom on in, and let's all be scared together. So I look at this during editing. It is why I don't usually reach for liquid eyeshadows, and specifically ones that are very glittery. Just, they're not the best application type, but they're very pretty. If you can apply them better than me, they are beautiful. I'm wondering how the actual blush would look on my eyes because I'm missing a little something. And this to me is more like an eyeshadow shimmer that I am used to using. And let's see, let's just get a little pink here. Oh yes, okay. So it's shimmery but more kind of opaque. I'm wondering if I should have put this down and then put that glitter on top. Let me just mix this all across the eyes. Maybe go back in with that glitter. I don't know. But I'm already digging the eye look slightly better with this pink on. And yes, I know, that's a blush. Just put it on my eyes. But guess what? Makeup is good all over the face. You can play with it and you can put it wherever you want. I'm just having fun. And actually, I want to have more fun by going back into that glitter. And let's just see. It's interesting because, yeah, the blush is very pink and this liquid shadow is more peachy orange. And so I'm just kind of covering up the pink now. But it's helping that stick down a little more, even though I put that lighter shade on. Or maybe it's because I have like 3 layers. So now it's a little more opaque with a glitter versus the first application was very sheer. I'm going to kind of let that dry down, but I want the edges to be a little more blended out. So I'm just going to take a brush and tap the edges, but I want what's on top of my lids to be more solid, if that makes sense. All right, I think this will all come together once I apply eyeliner. And speaking of eyeliner, I got a liquid eyeliner in the Icon box, which is also from One Size. This here is the Point Made waterproof liquid eyeliner pen. This is what the packaging looks like. It has a very long tip, which is my personal preference, and this is a felt tip. Now, I use liquid liner all the time, but I use black, and we shall see how the brown turns out. I may be like a converter at the end and like love this, or I may be like, it looks good, but I wish it was black. We shall see. Yeah, I wish it was black. Just so that it's darker. I don't know, for me, my eyelashes are black and this is brown, so it's not popping as much. But first impression, the formula seems nice. All right, let's move on to brows. Yes, you heard me right. I said brows because I selected a brow product in my Ipsy Icon. This here is from HUDA Beauty. It's the BOMBBROWS Microshade Brow Pencil. And I have it in the shade Neutral Blonde. This is what the packaging looks like. One end is going to have a spoolie and the other end is a twist up super fine tip pencil. Now, I rarely do my brows. When I do my brows, it's literally this. I'll brush them up and maybe I will put some clear brow gel through them and call it a day. But today we're going to be very brave and attempt to use this very fine tipped pencil. And yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing. Draw on. Ooh, that works really well. Kind of missing a little hairs up front here. Let's see. Went a little too much, but hey, we at least know it's doing something. Let's see if I can't match the craziness over here. I will continue on and then I will brush through And then I can tick off the list that, yes, I did my brows. Okay. So, I must say, it kind of works, but I don't know if it's... Oh, I see what happened. The little tip kind of broke off, and I was just stroking plastic and no longer had pencil. So, let me... Yeah. Alright. That was a fun experiment. I would say if you're really into doing your brows, you would probably enjoy this because it's a very, very, very fine tip. Now, I question how long this is going to last because the amount of product you get is like maybe 2 inches. I feel like I already went through a 1/4 of an inch just doing my brows once. When I unboxed this, I was kind of impressed. I said, oh, for HUDA, it's only $17. However, if you burn through this like every 2 weeks, maybe not the best price. All right, let's move on to the second eyeliner. And I did them out of order just so I could talk about how I didn't get one in my box. But because I just used a HUDA product, I'm going to be using a HUDA eyeliner, kind of similar to getting one size products and then filling in the gaps with other one size products. This is the Creamy Kohl in some form of black, very Vanta. Okay, now, God forbid they use the word black. Very Vanta. I'm gonna get just the top waterline. All right, I'm gonna pop off camera, take this crazy hair clip out, recurl my eyelashes, touch on my mascara, and then I'll be back to give my final thoughts and put on some kind of a lip product, even though I didn't receive any in this month's boxes. All right, I am back. I've touched up my mascara, and it just occurred to me I do have a lip product. In the Allure Beauty box, I received this product here, which is from Bloom Effects. This is the Tulip Tint Lip and Cheek Balm. Products like this I always consider for the cheeks, but I guess technically I can put it on my lips. The question is, will this color story go with what we got going on over here? Probably. It's kind of a peachy coral type of shade, which, considering this glitter is kind of peachy coral, I think we might be able to put together a cohesive look. I think I got too much. Considering you can put this on your cheeks, it's quite comfortable. Not the strongest of colors, which may be a good thing. Very balm-like from what the shade was on my finger to how it's kind of blending out. Not too bad, because normally I'm like, don't give me orange or coral for my lips. But that isn't as bad as I thought. I know, glowing review. But is it my favorite color? For me personally, no. But I would say it goes good with the eye look, and it's super comfortable. All right, here is the final look. Again, we aren't going for how I applied it, how I actually look. We're going for how did each individual product work out, because everything wasn't meant to put on your face at the same time. That's just what I did because I got them all in the month of May. All right, let's start with the foundation. I would say color shade match for me, really nice. It is not a dewy, glowy, moisturizing product, which I am used to. I have very dry skin, mature skin, and so when you get something that's matte like this, it just makes me feel and look dry. My skin doesn't feel bad, but I just look like I'm dry because I am dry. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's just kind of dulling, and I'm used to something more glowy and radiant, but on camera, maybe I won't look as greasy as sometimes I look. In real life, I don't look so greasy, glowy as I do on camera because I have all these lights just hitting me, and so it reflects back as like shininess. Yeah, so sometimes I'm editing, I'm like, why do I look like that? Because in real life, I don't. So maybe today I'll look normal because this foundation is very matte. If you have oily or combo skin, you would probably love it. The concealer, I didn't get in the box, but I put it on my face today, and now I know why I haven't been reaching for it. It's just kind of emphasizing my fine lines, at least on this eye right here in particular. I should have it at reach. It'd be good for those days where you kind of are using a tinted moisturizer and you want a little more coverage, but you don't want to whip out an actual foundation. You know, you just put a little here around the nose, just, you know, kind of whip, 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 and it's more of a foundation, but you're using a concealer. That's what I think that would be good for. The eyeliner, I think, worked really well. The color, I just think I'm not used to a softer shade than the dark that matches my mascara. It looks nice. It's just, I don't know. You let me know. What do you think of the brown? I really want to add some black, but I won't. It's just probably what I'm accustomed to, kind of a thing. I would say overall the formula, I mean, I've used it once, but it's nice. I like how the felt tip is really long. It's giving me Charlotte Tilbury vibes, and I really like that liquid eyeliner. So this one's a lot cheaper than the Charlotte. At some point, if it's ever on sale, I may give the black version a try. The HUDA eye pencil, or brow pencil. I am not qualified to speak to it. I do think the shade did a good job matching. At first I thought it might be a little too dark, but I think it blended in well. Was my application good? No, because I don't do my brows. I would say my assessment, though, is correct. You only get maybe 2 inches for $17. It's not going to last very long, especially if you do your brows every single day. The Tulip tint is very comfortable on the lips. Not the best color payoff or pigmentation, which if that's what you enjoy in a lip product, I think you'll love it. I personally would use a product like this, or at least in this shade, more for my cheeks. I have another video that will be out in a week or so where I am using this product on my cheeks, and it's perfect if you want to just run to the doctor's office or do a few errands and don't want to wear tons of makeup, like just maybe a tinted SPF, and tap a little of this on, and it just gives the most natural, subtle color to your cheeks. That's how I'm going to use it in the future. Last but not least, we have the Cheek Clapper. This is such a fun palette. By the way, I don't know if I shared. It has a huge mirror. The cream product, 2 powders. I must say the shimmery shade is very shimmery. So if you go ham kind of like I did and use it as a highlighter, just know it's very pigmented. So it is more of a blush topper, and don't use it like a highlighter as I did, unless you love that look, because it's delivering a shimmery shine, but it's very pink pigmented. And I don't know if on camera it's going to pick up what I'm catching in real life, but it's a great product. The Eye Popper Liquid Eyeshadow. I would say it can build up. It is very glittery. I have noticed some glitter on my cheeks, on the palm of my hand. So just be warned that, you know, as with all glitters, it's going to transfer and you're going to see it in other areas. I would say it's buildable. So when I first put it on, it was very sheer. But once it dried down, or maybe it's because I added an additional powder product. I don't know. The second coat made it more opaque. And yeah, so I don't know if it's just building it, or maybe the first little pump, there wasn't enough on the doe foot. I don't know. But this is what it ended up looking like. For me personally, I'm just not into super, super glittery types of shimmer shades. I like a good shimmer, just not super glittery, just because it transfers and I find them hard to blend out. Plus the cream formula, just not in my wheelhouse. But I think if you know how to maneuver, if you know how to apply and use those types of products, I think it gives a beautiful glittery shimmer. All right, now I want to hear from you. Do you subscribe to Allure or the Ipsy Icon box? If you get the Ipsy Icon box, did you get any of these same products? And if so, were they in the same shades that I got? I'm super curious by nature, so please leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts on how these products look on me and my poor application methods, and let me know what you got in your box. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so by now, I would love if you would subscribe. For those who have, thank you so much. Remember to click the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. And if you could do me a big favor, clicking the thumbs up, it really does help with my channel to grow. All right, thanks everyone.